Hello Year 4 and welcome to this lesson on prefixes. So far we have looked at the prefixes dis, miss and in. And we know that in has the spelling rules that it sometimes changes to if the word starts with an R, the root word. If the root word starts with an L, it changes to ill. And if the root word starts with an M or a P, then it changes to im. So we have had dis, miss and in, but in sometimes changes to ill, and im. Thank you, Miss Shaw. All of those prefixes have changed the meaning of a word to mean the negative or the opposite. For example, possible, if something might happen, it is possible. Impossible means the opposite. It is not possible. Today we have 3 more prefixes that aren't to do with changing something to the opposite. So we're going to look at those one at a time. The first prefix we are looking at today is re. R-E. And re means again or back. For example, Miss Shaw might ask you to do your work. However, if you do not do your work well enough, Miss Shaw might ask you to redo your work, to do it again. When you get up in the morning and you have a shower and you are all ready for school, you might say that you are fresh. But if you went for a party in the evening and you'd been at school all day and you'd been out on the playground, your mum might say, or your dad might say, go and wash your face. You need to refresh. You need to make yourself fresh again. Appear. So, if somebody appears, so for example, Mr. LaBelle is very good at appearing on camera. So Mr. LaBelle appears. If he was to disappear, the opposite of appear, and then he was to come back again, you would say he had reappeared. He had appeared again. Reappear. To return. This is a funny one, really, because the root word turn means to turn like this, but return doesn't mean to turn again, but it does mean to come back. So that's one example where re means back. And the final one is decorate. If you decorate a room, you make it look really nice. At the start of the year, we decorated our classroom. But at different points throughout the year, when our decorations start to look a little bit tired or our learning has changed, we redecorate. We decorate again. So, Miss Shaw is going to help us write a sentence using one of these on the board. I am going to choose redecorate. So, I redecorated my living room because I wanted to change its colour. Okay, lovely. Can you pause the video now? And can you please choose one of these words to write in a sentence? Off you go. Okay, well done Year 4s. Right, let's move on now to our next prefix. So our next prefix is anti. Anti means against, if you are against something. So, here we have the words government, clockwise, social, and septic. Okay? So if you add anti to all of these words, it means against it. So, if somebody is anti-government, it means they are against the government. They disagree with the government. We all know that the hands on a clock turn clockwise. However, and this direction is clockwise, okay? If we say something turns in an anti-clockwise way, it turns the opposite way, against the clockwise way. Social is if somebody likes to spend a lot of time with people. So they like to spend time doing things, maybe playing with friends. But if somebody is anti-social, it means they do not like spending time with other people. They are against spending time with other people. And finally, I am not sure what septic means. So I wonder if we could use the dictionary, Miss Shaw, just to look up the meaning of septic, because I know that antiseptic is something that helps to fight germs. So I think that septic will mean something to do with having lots of germs. But if we're not sure, we always check. So let's have a look. Septic does exactly mean infected with harmful bacteria. Thank you, Miss Shaw. So if I go back here, antiseptic now makes sense. Antiseptic is a cream that you might rub on a cut if you have hurt yourself, and it is to stop bacteria. So the sentence is going to be, I am going to include a subordinate clause, and I am going to include an adverb to make my sentence more exciting. So my sentence is going to be, before lunch, comma, because the subordinate clause is at the start of the sentence, before lunch, Miss Hill turned anti-clockwise happily. Thank you, Miss Shaw. Okay, I would like you to pause your video now, and I would like you to choose one of these words to put in a sentence. I would like you to try and make your sentence more exciting by using a subordinate clause, an adverb, or a simile, or anything else that we've learnt, an alternative verb that might help you to write a more exciting sentence. Okay, off you go. Lovely, well done Year 4. Our final prefix of the day is auto. So auto means self or automatic, by itself, okay? So our first word, root word, is graph. Graph means to write. Now, autograph is your self-writing, and your self-writing is the way you write your name. So this is Miss Hill's autograph, and we often collect the autographs of famous people. I will give you mine for free today. Do not worry, Year 4s. Biography. Bio means to do with life. Write is to do with, graph is to do with writing. So a biography is a book about somebody's life. If you have an autobiography, it means the person has written the biography themselves. For example, if I were famous enough that you wanted my autograph, and famous enough that a book were to be written about my life, if Miss Shaw wrote the book about my life, it would be a biography. But if I wrote the book about my life, it would be an autobiography because I had written the book myself. So auto means self. And the last word is mobile or mobile, okay, which is to do with movement. And we all might know the word automobile is the proper name for a car. And that's because a car moves by itself. It is automatic. Okay, so auto means self. Now, your job today is to complete the worksheets based on the prefixes re, against and auto. If you don't know what a word means, just like we did, use the kidswordsmith.net dictionary. Remember, re means again, anti means against, and auto means self and automatic. Your teachers have also uploaded a challenge for you to do, so please have a look at the challenge. Thank you, Year 4. Goodbye.
Well done.